Hey friends, and welcome back to the channel for another video. Today we're going to be doing a vlog style video with a lot of chit chat. So I have so much to catch you guys up on. I know I've been gone for a long time in terms of vlogging specifically, but I've been a little bit more consistent with my furniture flips, not as consistent as I would have liked to be, but I did definitely wanted to document this pregnancy, and I did not do that. So we'll be talking about that today and some of the other things that come to mind. I do have a lot that I want to talk about. I do want to show you guys my bump. We're 8 months and we're almost there. I'm getting nervous about the labor part, so pray for me. But I want to show you guys what we do have lined up already for baby girl. So I'm going to tidy up real quick, and then I'll walk you through and show you guys a few things that we have. We don't have a whole lot, but we have a few things, and I'm excited about it. So I'll be sharing all of that with you, and welcome if you're new. I'm on the road to 6K, and that's my goal, is to get there by the time my baby girl is born. And yeah, I definitely want to do some more vlogging once she gets here and things like that. So I'm trying to get myself acclimated and comfortable again. This is really weird for me right now. So bear with me and let's get into this video. Okay, so let's get started. Hopefully we don't hear any trains. If we do, I'll try to just keep going without stopping the video. And then also too, my voice is still waking up. I woke up not too long ago, so this is like the only talking I've done. My husband and everyone is gone. The boys are gone, so I haven't had a chance to like warm my voice up. But we're gonna start with this crib here. So the crib, I actually had like such high expectations. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was a first time mom thing, but I wanted my crib brand new and I wanted it to be extra fancy and all of the things. But this is the one we ended up getting. And I'm so grateful because it's almost in perfect condition. I literally only see like one little nick here. But in comparison to what I've seen on Facebook Marketplace, this is the best deal yet. So I've seen some that were more. This was only $40. I've seen some that were listed at 100 and up. And then I've seen some that were free that needed to be completely refurbished, which I honestly wasn't comfortable painting a crib. I don't know. I just didn't want any paint to be like chipped or end up, you know, in my child's mouth for some reason. Because you know how kids, well, as they get big, they, you know, they chew on things and the railing and stuff. So I really had this issue with painting my crib. So I'm just so grateful that this worked out. My mother-in-law actually purchased it for us, as well as the mattress. So she did buy the mattress brand new, and it is waterproof. So like I seen like some people saying to get mattress protectors, but I guess I would think that I don't need one. So yeah, so that's my crib, $40, you guys. Facebook Marketplace, like mint condition, practically brand new. So just the stuff that's in it, it's just in there. But she does need her bedding and all of that. So hopefully we'll get that soon. And then the blanket on the right side of it is one that my grandmother had made for me that I want to pass down to her. So there's that. And then in this little basket, we just have some essentials like body wash and shampoo, creams and different things like that, lotion. And then over here, a friend of ours gave us a diaper pail. So this one is by Ubi, I think it's pronounced. And we just need to get some bags for it, but I'm excited about that. And then we'll go this way first. Someone purchased the rocker from our Registry. Really excited about that. And so it just needs batteries. And then back over here, we have the dresser that I flipped a couple of videos ago. Now I will say, excuse me one second. Okay, so I will say I do have this listed on Facebook Marketplace, but I haven't had any serious inquiries. I've had a few, but nobody, you know, has followed through. So we're not technically using it just yet, but my husband did put it in here to kind of get an idea of what it would look like next to the crib and if we liked it and all of that. And I knew the moment he did it, it was going to be a bad idea. because now I'm attached, and now to me this is my daughter's dresser. So I mean, if someone comes and gets it, I guess I'll let it go, but I would rather keep it. So I feel like it's kind of God just not allowing it to even get sold. But then too, I usually post my pieces more than once before I make an official sale, and this one I've only posted the one time. I haven't even renewed the post or anything, so I don't think it's getting that much attention. But again, it is still listed. So on top of it, I do have a basket with just some little essentials. All of this stuff I've gotten free from different places. This was from a community baby shower, and it's just some bottles, a toothbrush, a washcloth, some breastfeeding bags, nipple pads, and things like that are in there. Also, they gave me a few diapers, and then I've gotten these from different places as well. So some Pampers diapers, I think they're both in a size 1. A bunch of baby wipes. Most of them are from Huggies. This one is by Honest. This sprayable diaper rash cream, and then a book on what to do if your child gets sick. And I think that's pretty much it for that. So this is kind of like my starter kit. Of course, I'm gonna need a lot more, but this is a good, the wipes at least is a great start. And then off to the side of the dresser, I just have a few books and a photo album. So that's pretty much it for in here. I'll take you guys out and show you guys a couple of the other things that we do have. Lastly, real quick, I did want to mention that we'll most likely be moving the crib to another wall and putting our bed back here. This is where we had our bed originally, which is why that picture is hanging up there. I don't think I want her so close to the windows when she's first born. She's going to be born in the winter, so I kind of want to put her further away. So I just wanted to make that little disclaimer. But let's go ahead and see the other things. Okay, so here we have this rocker. It is a boy rocker, and it is secondhand, but it's in really good condition. My husband took the insert out and threw it in the washer, so it is clean. And then also too, I have this diaper bag that I also got from the community baby shower. This is one that we can both use, but I see it more for my husband. I have a particular style that I'm kind of going for, but I mean, I'll still wear it. But I just kind of see my husband carrying that one. And then the most exciting thing, you guys. Okay, so last but not least is this stroller by Graco. I actually had the favor of God, and I won this stroller at the community baby shower. So I'm super grateful. It has the car seat and the base, and you can use it in three different ways. So I can take the car seat out, and it becomes like a toddler stroller, or I could take the toddler part out and just use the car seat, or like you see, I have both the toddler part and the infant part attached. So the base is down here at the bottom, and this is a Graco Snug Ride 35 Light LX, I believe. I'll put it on the screen, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, and I'm just super excited about this. So that's where we are, and I guess I could leave my registry down below if any of you guys want to be a blessing to my baby girl. Okay, so it's probably a lot of echoes in here. I just need to do some straightening up. I want to make a smoothie, and then we're gonna sit and chat because there's so much we got to talk about. So just hold tight, and we're gonna get into all the tea in just a second. So let's go. Okay, well, excuse all of the lint. This is my 8-month bump. Wow, it's a lot of lint. But I wanted you guys to see my bump. I'm actually just now starting to feel this pregnancy. It's getting really uncomfortable. So we're gonna talk about that. I I have it on the front facing camera, but I'm gonna try to look in the right spot. It's just easier this way. That way I know it's still recording and I can see everything that's going on. So, okay. Okay. So we'll start with talking about some of the things that are uncomfortable for me right now. So sleep has become really uncomfortable. One, just finding the right position. I don't have one of those pregnancy pillows. And at this point, I don't think it makes sense to even purchase it. But she's moving a lot at night. And it's not like a little cute little kick anymore. I don't know, it's like she's like doing the moonwalk and like popping, locking all in there. And it just feels so crazy. It feels so crazy. It's like alienistic. It's the weirdest thing. So sleep has really been uncomfortable for that reason, on top of the fact that, of course, my bladder is still very weak. I have racing mind. So, and I don't think it's a pregnancy thing. I just, my mind just goes at nighttime. But a couple of new symptoms that I've been experiencing that are pregnancy related is one, heartburn. Okay, first of all, nobody told me heartburn was so painful. Heartburn, ooh, is horrible. There are some days where it's like really mild, but there are some nights where I just can't sleep and I'm just up. I have to sit in an upright position and pray and pull out my oil. But it's really bad. And then the other thing, you guys, is carpal tunnel syndrome. That is, I want to say, worse than the heartburn. And it's not just, it doesn't just feel like my hand went to sleep. It's like my whole arm, and it's only my right hand. My whole arm just becomes, I don't even know how to explain it. It's numb, my fingers tingle, and it's just real painful. So I was looking into it, and a couple other things that I think make me a bigger candidate is that, one, I'm over 30, and two, low, I don't know if it was low blood pressure or high blood sugar, something like that. The doctor told me that I had that, and I can't think of the right terminology exactly, but all I know is that he told me when I took the glucose test, my heart rate went up, which normally people's drop, or vice versa. I really don't know, but nonetheless, he gave me like a printout of all the things that kind of coincide with the symptom: high blood pressure, low pressure. I don't know, you guys, but anyway, I looked it up, and that same thing was on the list of people that experience the carpal tunnel syndrome. So it's really bad, and it's horrible. And I don't know I really don't know what's worse, because the other night I had heartburn and I was like, okay, I'll take the carpal tunnel syndrome. And then the other night I had the carpal tunnel syndrome and I was like, okay, I'll take the heartburn. So they're both really bad. The thing that scares me about the carpal tunnel thing, and I have a doctor's appointment on Wednesday, so I'll bring it up then, but they said it can remain through your breastfeeding process. So mostly, like, if you're not going to breastfeed, they say it could subside after you give birth, but if you are going to breastfeed, it could remain for the duration of that time. And I want to really breastfeed. Like, I want to breastfeed for like at least a year if I can. And I don't see myself not being able to use this hand, because I want to get back to work. And even this morning, just holding this fly, it's gonna make me lose it, holding the tripod thing, the selfie stick, I felt it. Brushing my teeth, I felt it. So it's throughout the day, but it's mostly at night. Like the daytime symptoms are bearable, but I can still feel it in my fingers, and sometimes I can't even make a fist. And that just makes me really nervous, because it said something about don't use things that vibrate, and I thought immediately about my electric sander. And yeah, and I don't know if that has anything to do with it as to why I'm experiencing it so heavily, but it's really bad. So be praying for me. And so those are the, I guess, what, 5 reasons that I've been having a hard time sleeping. But I mean, I'm glad that she's active. At least I know she's well. But it is very uncomfortable. But aside from that, I think everything is good. They said she was measuring right on target. So 31 weeks, she was 30. It was measuring 31 inches. She should be about 3 pounds. I did get to do like an ultrasound or sonogram. What are they called? Sonograms? Ultrasound? I don't know. I got to do one of those recently, and her face was like fully developed. I could see eyes and like nose, and before it was just like a little blob. So I was really excited about that. So we do have a name, and I actually want you guys to guess. So I'm gonna give you guys 3 names, A, B, and C, and I want you guys to guess down below. So A would be Mila. B is her name, Aaliyah. C is her name, Malia. So going over that one more time. A, is it Mila? B, is it Aaliyah? C, is it Malia? So those are the options. I'm gonna let you guys guess. And if you know, because there is a way that you could know, don't spoil it. But just if you don't know, just take your best guess. So she'll be here soon, and I'm gonna get into a whole nother conversation now. We're gonna talk about where I've been and all that good stuff. But let me, I'm gonna take a quick break, catch my breath, drink a little bit more of my smoothie, and then I will touch bases. By the way, that smoothie is really good. I just used half of a banana, a handful of strawberries, and a lot of apple juice. I like my smoothie to be more liquidy and less thick, so that's why I put so much juice. Sometimes I'll add pineapple chunks as well, but this time I just wanted strawberry banana. All right, so let's get into it. So originally, I had plans to document this entire journey here on YouTube and over on my personal Instagram page. And specifically on Instagram, God gave me like instructions on posting reels, and He told me how often to post. And I had like a list of things that I wanted to film and all of the things. And for YouTube, I didn't really have any specific instructions. I just knew I wanted to share from time to time. Partly for you guys and partly for myself, just to have these memories to look back on. And then life just started happening, and I really wasn't in a good mental state to even be filming it. I will say I haven't enjoyed the pregnancy the way I wanted to. And I've had some good days, but I've had some bad days. And I've been trying to be positive and like be strong, because I know that that's not good for your baby. And I don't want her to feel what I'm feeling and my heaviness and all of that. And then 2, I know that my daughter is not an accessory for me. She's more of an assignment from heaven. And I know the assignment, a big part of the assignment is to break the generational curses off of my bloodline. And so that includes fear and worry and stress. Like all of that ends with me. Like I don't want her to live that life. And so I know that's partly why I'm struggling in those exact areas so hard, because this is something I've declared and decreed that will not continue. And I know the enemy has heard those decrees, and he wants to keep me bound, and he wants to bind up my daughter as well. So it seems like as soon as I made the video and told you guys about why I decided to get pregnant and all of the things, like shortly after that, life just started going in the opposite direction. And I wasn't surprised, but I was tired. I was tired. Like I just thought, that we were going in a different direction. I feel like I've shared so many times already, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I feel like we struggled a lot, my husband and I. And I know everyone goes through things. And I want to make this clear. I'm not trying to make this a sad video. I don't want you guys to feel sorry for me or anything. I'm going to try not to get emotional, because I really don't. That's not the energy I'm trying to come with. I'm just sharing and trying to be a light. So, yeah, we were doing great. I wouldn't say great, but we were doing better, specifically financially. And I was like, okay, so because God had been dealing with me for maybe 2 years or so about having a baby. And I kept saying, Lord, I'm just not comfortable doing that with our finances looking the way that they do. And I never wanted to be that person who had a baby and couldn't afford to take care of my child. So I always was so resistant. And there were other reasons, but that was a big part of my prayer. Like, God, I can't, as long as we're in this state, I can't surrender this part of my life. Like, that's just where I was. And so finally, for at least a year consistently, we were in a better place to where we weren't so much paying rent by faith. And that was my biggest concern, shelter. And I know God's a provider, and I know he loves me, and he'll never let us go without, but it's still, I didn't want it to be an uncomfortable month to month faith walk. So for like about a year, we were comfortably, paying our rent. And I was like, okay, God, so I see you're providing in this area. This is the biggest part of my prayer. I know the other stuff will fall in line. I'm starting to feel it more heavily, the urgency to do this. I'm gonna surrender this part of my life, and I'm gonna start trying. So when we started trying, now I'll be honest, I didn't think it was gonna happen so quickly. I was hoping I wouldn't get pregnant until November, so like next month. But I ended up getting pregnant literally in a month or less. Because when I say trying, like, and I'm not trying to TMI y'all, but I wasn't really trying. Like, it was very, very seldom. Let's just put it like that. And we got pregnant right away. So literally, if you want to be honest, yes, it took a month, but it wasn't a month of trying. It was like, it was just quick. I'm gonna just put it to you like that. So I was like, okay, God, now this is the confirmation that this was you, because there's no way I expected it to happen so soon. So we find out we're pregnant, and I'm excited. I'm like, okay, God, I see like how things are gonna go in this word direction. And things started to decline quickly. So full transparency, I'm trying to be careful. I don't want to say too much, but I do want to let the Lord lead me. So the company that my husband was working for ended up shutting down, and it was pretty sudden. I mean, I guess there were signs, but it was pretty sudden for the most part. So my husband and I, we started talking about what our next move was going to be. I wouldn't say we came up with, God gave my husband a plan. My husband brought the plan to me, and I was on board, and I was so excited. So we worked the plan, and the first month went pretty smooth. I'm gonna be honest. I was actually quite surprised at how well things went that first month. But then things started getting harder. And as soon as that happened, I was like trying to back out of the plan. And so I had another conversation with my husband, and he operates in a different level of faith than most people, okay? And we were talking about this last night. I told him he should have just been named Abraham. He was like, you should have been named Sarah, because literally he has some dynamic faith. And if God tells him to go up to a mountain with his son, let's just say that's what he gonna go do. So he is like rock solid, foundation set on this plan. And I'm like, well, naturally, like realistically in real life, like the math ain't mathin'. So I'm just like, we should explore some other options. And he's really set on, no, I'm gonna do what God told me to do, which is admirable. But when you're living in it, like from the outside, you guys hearing me say that, it might sound good, but when you're living it and you're 7-8 months pregnant and you're like, okay, now there's a baby involved, it weighs different. So if you could really hear what I'm saying, like without me having to say things so transparently, just know that it's hard. It's hard it's just hard. Walking by faith is difficult, period. Drop the mic. So, and we know that, right? It's not supposed to be easy. Otherwise we really wouldn't have to depend on God, because it would be, well, we could do it on our own. So anyway, fast forward. So So the enemy, okay, so at this time, I was really struggling like with my relationship with God. And I was really like, God, okay, like you have seen us through some stuff. When are we going to walk into breakthrough? And I've been there before. So it wasn't like an unfamiliar place, but I went to that place and I was just like, God, I don't know if I can stand through my faith. Like, I don't know how long I could hold on to salvation. Like, cause I just feel like you've abandoned it. You've abandoned us. And I know his word says he'll never leave us or forsake us, but it really, like the way it looks in real life, it feels like you're not here right now. So I was wavering in my faith and I was frustrated with God for a period of time. And then I feel like God spoke to me. And after he spoke to me, I was like, you're right. And then I shifted that energy to my husband and I was mad at him. So then that's when the enemy really started to come in and really attack my thoughts. And I'm gonna be honest, I was like, how can I biblically get out of this? Like, how can I make this like thoughts of, did I make the right decision by marrying him? Like all of these thoughts, and he knows, we talked about it, but like my marriage was being attacked. And I was really looking at my husband a type of way because I wanted him to just like come to the rescue, you know? And he was telling me he's gonna do what God said, and I like I said, I respect that, but at the same time, we're living this thing out and it's not looking like it should. And I was getting real discouraged. So all of this happening, and I'm just not in a place to want to film anything. Like there's nothing to film. So that's where I was. And then so fast forward, had a breakthrough at church one particular Sunday, and then things were getting better. Like our situation hadn't changed, but like mentally things were getting better. So I've since had long conversations with my husband and we still don't completely see eye to eye. But I'm fighting through this, and yeah, I explained my side of it. He's explained his side of it. He's given me perspective, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about more so, is the perspective that he gave me the other day. So this was recent. This was on Saturday. So on Saturday we talked, and he was saying, you know, yes, this is a horrible predicament, you know, and another thing I will say this is, my husband is usually pretty solid, you know, like when we're going through it, he seems so nonchalant, so unbothered. And honestly, in this season, I've actually seen him be bothered, which is different. And that kind of makes me even feel a little nervous, because like, I don't know. I just normally he's so confident, and I know he's still confident, but he just, I mean, he's had his moments where he's felt like I feel, and it's kind of showed a little bit. So that's kind of more reassuring to me. That lets me know that I'm not just feeling, my feelings are valid too, because he obviously feels the same way. But and there's a few things I want to say. So what do I say first? There's a part of me that understands why God would allow this. Partly because, like I said, I declared out of my mouth what generational curses I was going to break, and how my life is going to change after I have my daughter. So of course the attacks are going to come in those areas. Two, I know what okay, help me, Lord Jesus. I know what my husband is called to do. I know how big his impact is going to be to the kingdom. I know what he's called to do. I've seen him preach. I've seen the anointing of God increase in his life over the past 7 years. And he's been doing ministry since, for the past 12 years, I want to say. We know the ultimate goal is for him to be the senior pastor at our church. He's currently the assistant pastor, and along with ministry, we're gonna face some financial struggles. And this is preparation for when we're trying to figure out how we're going to pay the church mortgage. You know, there are going to be some things that we're going to experience that I know that this season is preparing us for. Even the marriage ministry that I believe that we'll be called to. I believe that this is going to be those stories that I'll have to transparently tell the people in the class. Like, I literally had to hold on to my marriage for dear life. And finances is a big a big obstacle that many people face. And a lot of people don't stand through it. And I just know that even the closer you get to breakthrough, sometimes the harder things get because the pressure is building and something's about to break. I know all of these things, you guys, but it still doesn't make it easier. But anyway, in our conversation, he was giving me some perspective to think about. And he also operates in a prophetic gifting as well. So he's been saying certain things, and I've seen some things come to pass. But specifically, he was saying, okay, let me just put it to you like this. One of the things we talked about was, even though we're going through financially and it sucks, if we weren't going through in this area, it would be another area, because you're going to go through. Everybody's going through, right? And so he always says, like, if it's not a financial struggle, it could possibly be sickness in our family or a death in the family. Like, you got to just be able to pass the test and get through the seasons, because there's a season for everything, and for everything those seasons will pass. And he was like, think about it. We were doing some work, some side work, and he was up on this ladder. It was like a really tall, high in the sky ladder. What are they, 18 feet, 20 feet? I don't know. Pretty tall ladder. And he was up there, and he was doing some painting, and he was hanging pictures. And we finished off the night. We got home, and we were talking, and he mentioned how he had to pray while he was on the ladder that, that God keep him up there and don't let him fall, because, he was wobbling, and he's not a big fan of heights. And, I didn't even consider any of that. I just was like, he got it, he's good, because he was just doing it, and it didn't seem to be a problem from what I could see. And so he's sharing that with me, and then the next day or so, we get a call that someone fell off the ladder and broke their wrist, broke it in 2 places. And I was like, it's just so crazy, because the person that fell off the ladder was not on a high in the sky ladder. This was like a 4-foot step stool type ladder. And you think, like, my husband just a couple days ago was on a ladder 20 feet in the air, and literally was just like rocking side to side trying to hang this picture, which is not funny, but it's just put that into perspective. And then he said, what if I was just going out for a grocery store run and I get in a car accident? That changes everything. Like, there's so many things that could happen in life that in the grand scheme of things, our issues about how we're going to pay this bill is a small thing, And so fast forward, so on Sunday, we were going to go make a stop. On our way to making that stop, we see a car speeding, running stop signs, swerving around people, and he knows this person. And he's like, why are they driving like that? I wonder if their kids are in the car, and he had those thoughts, and we just kept on going about our business. We got to our destination, and then it was time to come back. It was a quick little errand. On our way back, we get to like a couple blocks down the way from where we saw the car speeding. And there's a bunch of fire trucks, there's cop cars, the whole neighborhood's outside recording and looking, and it's the very car that we just saw driving recklessly, crashed into a house. And there's another car totaled off to the side, and it's just like, this is just what he was talking about. Like, we could just be going somewhere. The way that we cross paths with this person, if we were running 30 to 45 seconds behind our schedule, that other car that hit the collision could have been us. And it's like, it changes your whole perspective about things. No, this is not an ideal situation. Yes, it sucks. Absolutely. If I could just snap my fingers and change the thing, I would. But I know I have to live through it. And the thing about it is, as uncomfortable as it is, I will be honest, God is providing, and he has been providing. And the same way that he provided me with this stroller. It's little nuggets like that that give me hope along the way, that lets me know like he hasn't forgotten about me. And just like I want to be a good mom to my daughter, my heavenly Father he wants to be a good father to me, and he's gonna make a way because he loves us. And so I said all that to say, I'm doing better. I'm still holding on for breakthrough, but I know breakthrough is coming. And you know, the enemy, he plays so many tricks on my mind. He has me questioning so many things, even down to this business, wondering if maybe this business is just a hobby. Maybe I should just back up and revisit clerical work or something else. And I know that's just not, I just don't feel that that's what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. I don't see myself back in an office. I don't see myself working for the man. I do believe that my business is going to blossom and grow into something that's going to be sustainable for us. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to do it. I don't have any answers right now, but God has been working things out. So that's kind of where I've been. And I think that's all I had to say. I pictured it coming out much differently, but I guess, you know, God knows. And yeah, so thank you guys for thank you guys for listening. I was gonna say thank y'all for hanging out with me, and that concludes this video, but I really don't know. I will start to put it together. If it becomes too long, then I will cut it here, and if not, we can go a little bit further because I do have some other things I wanted to do today. But if you guys enjoyed this vlog, I would love to know, because I definitely have been thinking about Vlogmas, and I think that would be so cool because, like I said, she's due December 2nd. I think she'll be here a little bit sooner than that. But nonetheless, like, I think that'll be some fun content for Vlogmas. So if you guys enjoy the vlog, let me know. If not, so be it. I'm doing what I feel led to do. So thank you so much for listening. I love y'all, and I'll see you in either the next clip or in the next video. Thanks for watching. How you want to do this?
What are we doing?
I tell them my baby's name.
Oh. What's up, y'all? Apparently we gotta tell you our baby's name.
Yeah. I forgot. You want to do it? Do it on count of 3?
Saying the whole thing.
No. I don't need to. No. Just her first name.
What's her name, baby?
You say it.
Our little princess name is Malia.
Malia. So that was C. So if you guessed C, Malia, you were right. I don't have any gifts or any rewards, but congratulations.
Congratulations.
So I told them it was either Mila, Aaliyah, or Malia. We'll talk about the story about how we came to the name another day. I'm tired. You got anything you want to say to people? Well, I've been talking about you, so like it's a little awkward.
Talking about me?
Yeah.
It's awkward.
I told them I was struggling to fight for our marriage.
It's gonna be worth it.
It's real.
Anything worth having is worth fighting for. Right?
Yeah.
All right, y'all messing with my movie.
All right. Good night. Love you guys. See you in my next one.